Hey guys, so what are we gonna talk? Sesame Place, Street Place, whatever it's called. So a couple of days ago, one of my coworkers came up to us and told us that it has been confirmed. Bert and Ernie were TV's first gay couple. That pissed me off so bad. Like so bad. Sesame Place or Street, whatever the hell the show was called, it's an educational program for children. Bert and Ernie, not only are they fictional characters, but they're puppets. It's like it irritated the hell out of me because the adults are what's the problem. Like Bert and Ernie, from what I can recall, were best friends who shared the same house and sometimes slept in the same bed. I think I don't really remember. So I remember Elmo, but that's what they were. Why, as adults, are we over sexualizing everything and then take it out on the kids for being misguided? Like, dude, it's literally our fault. Like, what's wrong with you people? So, we were talking about it, and she was like, "So, what am I supposed to tell my son? Do I tell her son is a kid? He's like 3 or something. Like, what do I tell my kid that it's not okay for him to have a male best friend or have a male roommate? Because clearly that's what Bert and Ernie were, but everybody thinks that they're gay." Right? So I was like, no, if your son has a male best friend and that best friend happens to be his roommate, he's clearly gay. That is what society wants us to believe. That is what we are teaching our children. That if you and another male live together, you guys are gay. And why did we learn that? Because a damn children's show told us that. That's foolish. Like, I get that we live in this day and age where society is just literally a melting pot and a mix of any and everything, and you want your children to be educated, but leave that to me to decide when and what kind of education my child gets. It is not up to you to tell my child this person's gay because they have a male best friend. What? What is wrong with you? Like, it really irritated me. But then, today I saw like a recant or like from the makers or Sesame Place or Sesame Works or some crap that said Bert and Ernie, not only are they best friends, but they're puppets. Why are we giving sexuality to puppets? Why are we teaching our children what's right or wrong by society? I mean, excuse me. Like, it's just, Cody is really, I'm out. Like, it really irritated me. And then it took us to the conversation of, well, if we're really going to go to the dark side of the world and do whatever adults say is just, let's talk about everything else. The person who played Elmo or gave life to Elmo may or may not have been a pedophile. Elmo's clearly a pedophile. Don't let your children play with Elmo toys because they're going to get molested by a toy. People tend not to like, the problem with us is we can't separate the fact from the fiction, and the fiction becomes our fact, and that fact is unjust. You can't tell me that 2 puppets are gay or have a sexuality. The point of the show is for them to teach. So if that's what you're teaching your child, then what's really wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with being gay. I am pro gay. Like, woo, you don't even understand. But let me teach my child when and how I want to teach my child. I want my child to watch Sesame Place and get something out of it. I want my child to count numbers. I want my child to speak well. I want my child to interact with other kids. I want my child to enjoy childhood. And we are taking that away from kids because we're over sexualizing and over analyzing any and everything that comes our way. Like, there was this whole debate with Tinky Winky being gay. Tinky Winky from the Teletubbies was a fictional character out of a children's show, and adults made that an issue for us. Oh, Tinky Winky is gay because he's a boy and he's purple. What? Are you kidding me? And if we really want to be dark, let's talk about it. Sleeping Beauty had mononucleosis. That's why her ass was always tired. Snow White was a whore. She lived with 7 dwarves. What's the one who cut off her feet? Cinderella cut off her feet because she was trying to get a man. Yet, we want the world to be all glitz and glamour, but then you have the dark side of everything. And when it comes out, no, that's not what we meant. We just meant X, Y, and Z. No, you meant to be foolish, and you meant to instill foolishness in a race, in a society of people who are really confused already. Like, come on, man. My ears are... It really irritated me. It really irritated. Like, why are we over sexualizing everything? Why are we not allowing parents and children to learn and to grow and to just be kids? Why are we trying to take childhood away from children? My child should not be in preschool worrying about what's going on in the real world. The real world. I want my child to be a child. My child should not be in elementary school preparing for college. Let that child count his numbers and take his naps. I'm just saying, it just really irritated me.